And we have dense fog early this morning, but it's going to burn off quickly. I think you're going to love the afternoon forecast. Stay tuned. And that dense fog advisory goes until 9 o'clock this morning, but later on this afternoon, we get some sunshine. I'll have all the details in just
This is News 3 Now this morning.
They don't want any restrictions on size or numbers or anything like that. So we are what we are. We're the Wild West, and it's a frightening place to be.
Thanks for joining us on this Friday, May 15th. I'm Josh Breider with Lee Linscheid and Chris Stanford. You just heard the latest comments from Governor Evers regarding the now overturned Safer at Home order. Several counties and cities across the state now have their own orders in place following the Supreme Court's decision. They ruled to nullify the Evers administration's statewide Safer at Home order. Here's a look at the current list this morning. In our immediate area, Dane, Rock, Greene, and Marquette counties have all issued orders of their own. These are all there are also several in the southeast and northeast parts of the state. Right now, police are currently planning on how they will enforce those orders on a city and county level. Madison Police Chief Vic Wall says they will cite people or businesses if they needed, but they would rather not.
We'll continue to have the same perspective and philosophy when we are called to potential violations. We're going to try to educate and look for voluntary compliance. And for the most part, over the last few months, that's what we've been receiving. But still, it is an order. It's in place, and if need be, we can issue citations.
Now, the governor and the DHS secretary designee are sticking to their positions on opening back up. Andrea Palm and Governor Evers are emphasizing the importance of science and data before Wisconsin can move forward. Palm says Wisconsinites have made strides thanks to social distancing and adds that it's important to keep safety measures in place to completely reopen the state, which she thinks needs to still happen in 3 phases.
What we have done so far together is working. DHS and our partners in this statewide response will continue to do the work of protecting the health and safety of Wisconsinites against this virus and safely reopen Wisconsin.
So if you're out and you find bars or restaurants to be too crowded, or maybe you feel uncomfortable, Governor Evers urges you to go home.
2 days after winning Wisconsin's 7th congressional district, Republican Tom Tiffany is calling for Palm's resignation because of how she handled the response to what he called the Wuhan virus. Governor Evers responded to that as well, calling the statement, quote, insane. Local doctors are also stressing that people continue following social distancing guidelines and wearing masks, even without a statewide order. UW Health Dr. Jeff Pothoff warns if we treat this state Supreme Court decision like a light switch, immediately going back out like normal, science shows we will see more COVID-19 cases. He says we need to make choices to protect our community.
It's not just about me and keeping myself safe, but it's also about making sure that my neighbor stays safe and that I don't put someone else in a really difficult, potentially life-threatening situation because of the choices that I chose to make.
Dr. Pothoff recommends people continue following guidelines from health experts.
The Diocese of Madison says it'll likely have a reopening plan early next week. Religious entities are considered essential businesses under the new guidelines from Public Health Madison and Dane County. The decision will allow people to attend services while still maintaining safeguards.
A Sauk County hair salon is getting ready to welcome back its customers next week. Sheer Trends in Baraboo has been closed for 8 weeks, which equals out to up to 500 lost appointments. Since the Safer at Home order was lifted, the owner is anxious to get clients back into the chairs, but not before doing everything possible to ensure safety. That includes putting plastic on all stylist chairs, bleaching everything from top to bottom, and giving customers a sanitized or disposable cape.
We do have a sanitation station that they will go to before entering the salon to gel up or go directly to the bathroom and wash their hands. So we've tried to think of anything that we could have just protect us and our customers.
The salon will be limited to 10 people. That does include stylists, and the shop also won't be using its blow dryers to avoid blowing around anything that's airborne. The owner is asking all customers to be patient during this time and know that her team is very excited to get back to work.
Historic 2nd Street, downtown Platteville, almost back to normal after the Safer at Home order was lifted. Dale Jacobs owns 4 bars in the area, and he says he jumped at the chance to get his businesses back up and running. Within minutes, the bars were open without restrictions, and dozens of people showed up. He says he's still making adjustments to make safety a priority.
We're changing on the run making sure we got extra hand sanitizer and soap and mask for sure. But again, most people that come in know their limitations.
Jacob says his bars will respect whatever orders the city, county, or state puts in place in the future. Grand County Health Department say they'll issue an order if voluntary compliance doesn't work.
6:05 right now. Hattie's here. Hattie, we can't see much out there this morning.
You know, it was getting better, and then another deck of clouds, fog, low clouds moved in, and we really can't see anything on our sky camera shot this morning. Definitely warrants the dense fog advisory that's in place for the area until 9 o'clock this morning. Here's a look at our visibility. Again, it has dropped in Madison. Now we're down to 1/8 of a mile. 0 visibility in Juneau, 0 visibility in Mineral Point, as well as the Dells. So if you have to travel this morning, you'll need to plan some extra time to get to your destination because that fog is going to slow you down. At least the rain has come to an end for southern Wisconsin. No more rain in our forecast, but a pretty decent line extending from Michigan all the way down through Missouri and even into Kansas this morning. That storm system, though, moving away from us, so we have pretty nice weather settling in. High pressure is going to move in, and that's going to act to push the clouds out of the area as well. So we actually have some decent clearing once this fog lifts. Take a look at our current temperatures. We have temps in the 50s this morning in most spots, 48 in the Dells and Camp Douglas, but even that's pretty mild compared to what we started with on those overnight lows earlier this week. We were freezing. This morning, 50s will climb from there. Future track forecast shows you northwesterly winds really pushing the clouds out of the area today. So by 9 o'clock, that clearing line will likely be pretty close to Madison. North and west of Madison, skies will already be clear. As we go towards the lunch hour, clear out for all of southern Wisconsin, and then we get to enjoy that sunshine through the afternoon. High temperatures will be in the low 70s in many spots. Now, it should be a pretty nice evening if you're making plans for tonight. Temperatures will be dropping into the upper 50s by 10. Skies should be mostly clear through the evening. Overnight tonight, it'll be a little cooler as lows drop to 46 degrees. Saturday looking like the best day of the weekend. It'll definitely be warmer on Saturday with high temperatures right around 70 degrees. Rain developing late in the day, probably not until the evening hours, and then continuing into Sunday. That'll make Sunday a little cooler with highs near 60. Still on track for a beautiful week next week, though. Hard to complain about that. A warming trend and lots of sunshine.
Okay, this is when working mornings is great. Look at that forecast. We have all afternoon to play in the sun, Chris.
Yes. I am looking forward to it. Maybe get the golf clubs out.
Oh, love that idea.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, you, Hattie. 6:07 now. You will not see the farmers market up and running around the square on this beautiful Saturday, but it does have a new location and a new online platform during the pandemic.
Christina Laurie talked with some local vendors about the adjustments and when the market could return to the square. Hey, Christina.
Hi, Chris and Leah. For now, the country's largest producer-only market has traded in the Capitol Square for the Alliant Energy Center's Willow Island. Although just 20 vendors are participating right now compared to the upwards of 180 on a typical Saturday, market manager Sarah Elliott is working to grow that number. She says the county is working to figure out how many vendors this new system can handle, but more vendors are interested. Already participating vendors say they're thankful local shoppers continue to prioritize local produce and provide them with a steady stream of revenue. The new drive-up market, held every Wednesday and Saturday, requires some extra planning for shoppers. Customers place their orders at least a day in advance on the website sourcewhatsgood.com, and then they'll drive to pick them up between 3 and 6 on Wednesday afternoons or between 8 and noon on Saturday mornings. Elliott recommends customers choose just one day to shop. Some vendors sell out, so this allows more people a chance to buy local. But once you've picked your day, stock up and support as many different producers as you can. Elliott recommends customers save themselves a trip to the store and buy fresh veggies, hyper-local meats, farm-fresh eggs, delicious bakery items, bread, and more directly from producers. If you're only buying from one vendor, Elliott suggests connecting with them directly. Many are coordinating pickup outside of posted market hours. You can find all vendor contact information on the Dane County Markets website. This system is the market's new normal for the foreseeable future. In order for the market to move back to the square, a few things need to happen. Elliott says the state of Wisconsin needs to reinstate their permit. Then market managers would continue to work closely with public health officials to create a system that's safe for both customers and vendors. And I know many of us are looking forward to heading out to the square. Chris has never been there, so I know I'm working from my home and I always keep a freezer full of Stellas, but this is all I have left.
Christina.
You're going to run out soon.
Honey, you have to share some of that.
Short
oh my
supply.
gosh, that's hot stuff these days.
Good information this morning. Thank you, Christina. So the Madison Mallards are getting creative, finding ways to get people out to the duck pond. So they're going to be transforming the ballpark into a drive-in theater, and it opens up next Wednesday, May 20th. It'll feature the 2019 version of Aladdin. The first installment of the series will run from May 20th to the 26th. Tickets are limited and for sale on a per-car basis. $40 is what it'll cost you for a car. You got to buy the tickets in advance. Those tickets will go on sale tomorrow at 4 o'clock.
Boy, I'm going to have withdrawals from not being able to be in the duck blind, but this is a great opportunity to get out, do something during this pandemic.
I think it's a great idea, a unique opportunity to get out and see a movie safely at a really cool venue.
Little change of venue.
Yeah, and it gets us outside. Like, I think that's the biggest thing is we're also sick of being cooped up inside. So,
same, yeah.
Yeah, this is exciting news. All right, 11 minutes past 6 o'clock right now on a Friday morning. Waking up to some dense fog out there, so make sure that you take it slow out there and turn those headlights, those fog lights on as you head out this morning for safety, of course. If you're looking at the Madison maps right now, no crashes or delays to report. If you're heading down the Beltline, just a couple of delays popping up, the usual ones near Stoughton Road. But other than that, you shouldn't have too many issues as you head out on this Friday morning. That's a look at your First Warn traffic. Coming up, we have the latest developments this morning as police investigate overnight reports of shots fired.
And after 8 months, police say that they have a suspect in custody for the murder of a Fitchburg teenager. That story's coming up.
Stay with us. News 3 Now this morning is back after this.
Junk Garden Centers are open to help you start the growing season. For a limited time, get a free bag of raised bed mix with the purchase of 2. Shop now at all 5 Junk Garden Center locations. Get your growing season off to a safe and healthy start with Junk Garden Center.
Through all the world events since 1936, Culligan Water has continued to provide better, safer water with our filtration systems for homes and businesses. These days, as a designated essential business, Culligan's water professionals are standing by, ready to help.
From our family to yours, we want to encourage you to keep going. Keep protecting what's most important. Keep hopeful in the face of all this. Keep believing. Keep being strong. Keep supporting the people on the front line. Keep staying together while staying apart. Keep being fearless. And most of all, keep dreaming. American Family Insurance is mailing our personal auto insurance customers a premium relief payment to help them keep going. We'll keep being here when you need us.
When you have depression, it can plunge you into deep, dark lows and can leave you feeling extremely sad and disinterested. Overwhelmed by bipolar depression? Ask about Vraylar. Not all types of depression should be treated the same. Vraylar effectively helps relieve all symptoms of bipolar depression with just 1 pill once a day. Elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle movements, which may be permanent. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. Metabolic changes may occur. Nausea, restlessness, and movement dysfunction are common side effects. When bipolar depression overwhelms, ask how Vraylar can help.
Govan Cars is having a huge markdown sale with many cars under $99.95 or $155 per month. Get a 2017 Dodge Journey for only $89.95 or a 2011 Acura TL for only $99.95. Or how about a 2014 Ford C-Max for only $79.95. Just ask for Crystal the Pistol Govan to see our selection of vehicles under $99.95 at Govan Cars East or West.
You gotta go to Govan, GovanCars.com.
The law office offices of Gingras, Thompson, and Walks are here to support our community through this challenging time. We thank everyone bringing invaluable services to our neighbors. The Gingras, Thompson, and Walks team remains available to assist in any way.
Junk Garden Centers are open to help you start the growing season. For a limited time, get a free bag of raised bed mix with the purchase of 2. Shop now at all 5 Junk Garden Center locations. Get your growing season off to a safe and healthy start with Junk Garden Center.
Developing right now, we expect to learn more today about an arrest in the murder of 17-year-old Shay Watson from Fitchburg. That shooting happened last August. Fitchburg police say they've arrested a 15-year-old boy as the primary suspect in the death of Watson. Due to his age, police and News 3 Now are not releasing his name at this time. On August 25th, family members found Watson dead inside their home on Lyman Lane. Fitchburg Police Chief Chad Brecklin says Watson and the suspect knew each other. They had arranged a meeting that police say ended up in the 15-year-old suspect fatally shooting Watson.
Regardless of the reason behind this senseless tragedy, we remain committed to bringing justice to anyone involved in this incident. Our thoughts have remained with Shay's family as they continue to grieve, and following the arrest this morning, investigators met with Shay's mother to personally share the news.
Fitchburg police executed a search warrant in the city of Verona where they found narcotics, cash, and a firearm inside the home. The suspect has been booked on tentative charges of first-degree intentional homicide and armed robbery. Breaking overnight, Madison police say officers were called to Westbrook Lane after a caller reported hearing a gunshot twice. Police arrived on the scene around 12:40 this morning and heard an additional 4 shots. More officers were then called to the scene for a search, but were told they found no damage and no injuries have been reported.
There is someone in jail this morning accused of accidentally firing a gun into a neighbor's apartment. It happened at a building on West Wilson Street downtown yesterday, just before 5. Officers say they did find the person responsible, who admitted to playing around with the gun and accidentally firing it through the wall. No one was hurt. That person is currently in the Dane County Jail facing charges from the investigation.
A big burglary bust in Juneau County. Deputies have arrested 11 suspects accused in a string of residential and business burglaries. It's the result of a months-long investigation. Investigators say they recovered several stolen pieces of property and have now solved 28 property crimes. These arrests also helped the La Crosse Police Department and a big drug investigation they were doing, leading to even more arrests.
6:17 right now with the weather warming up. Some of you may be getting your pools ready, and our polar bear was just in the pool, but of course,
every time, just
camera shy. Yeah, he was just splashing around.
Doing laps this morning. Yeah, pretty nice to watch that. Temperatures will be warmer today. I don't know if it's necessarily pool weather for humans, but it is going to be a little nicer. Take a live look this morning. We have dense fog advisories in effect for most of southern Wisconsin until 9 o'clock this morning. Visibility is 0 in Monroe and Mineral Point, the Dells and Juneau, just 1/8 of mile visibility here in Madison. So that fog is pretty thick right now. Here's a look at our temperatures. We are starting in the 40s and 50s though, even some 60s. 61 in Janesville, Kenosha, and Milwaukee this morning. Take a look at this great picture. Luke sent it in. Tulips in bloom. We'll have sunshine and probably a lot of those tulips blooming today with our warmer temperatures. Should be a very pleasant afternoon with highs reaching the low 70s later on today. We're not done with the rain though just yet. We do have some rain in the forecast for this weekend. I'll tell you when it's going to start in just a few minutes.
All right, Hattie, we'll check back in with you in a couple minutes. Amazon says it will start mass producing hundreds of thousands of protective face shields for medical workers. The plastic shields snap onto a 3D printed headpiece, and they are approved by the National Institutes of Health. Amazon says they've donated 10,000 to health workers so far, with another 20,000 on the way. The company also says it's trying to develop coronavirus testing capacity. CVS says it will open more than 50 drive-through test sites in 5 states today. That's happening in Arizona, Connecticut, Florida, Massachusetts, and Pennsylvania, and that's just the start. Over the next 2 weeks, the pharmacy plans to announce hundreds of additional sites around the country. The company expects to have 1,000 locations up and running by the end of May. The goal here is to eventually be able to process 1.5 million tests every month.
Many Americans are struggling to pay rent right now, and so is Starbucks. Now the company is asking landlords for a break. The Starbucks CEO wrote landlords of stores all over the country. The letter asked that the landlords adapt to new realities, including an estimated $225 billion hit to the American restaurant industry over the next 3 months. He says social distancing because of COVID-19 has just battered Starbucks sales. Since last year, Starbucks' quarterly earnings have fallen by half. The company recently announced it would reopen 90% of its nearly 9,000 company-owned stores here in the U.S. by early June. And more bad news for the airline industry this morning. Delta says by fall, it will have about 7,000 more pilots than it needs. An internal memo says that Delta is closing its pilot base now in Cincinnati. It also permanently will be grounding all of its Boeing 777s. Those are the ones used for those long international flights. So about a third of Delta's employees are already on leave, and now the company says it's looking into voluntary employee departure programs. In the future, Delta says it'll be a smaller airline with fewer employees.
Nearly half the people who work for Carnival Cruises in Florida are losing their jobs. Of the 3,000 employees in Florida, 820 are permanently laid off. 537 are furloughed. The pandemic has hit the cruise industry hard. There's no clear answer yet on when major lines will be able to return to the sea. The CDC's no sail order is set to expire July 24th. Cruise lines like Carnival were also cut out of the coronavirus stimulus package since their ships aren't registered in the U.S.
6:20 is your time, and just ahead, we have the final winner of our Save at Home Challenge this morning.
And as we move toward going back to work, you might be looking for childcare for your kids. Coming up in our next half hour, we're taking a look at how local daycares are preparing to safely reopen.
Stay with us. Time right now is 6:20. We'll be right back.
News 3 Now closed captioning is sponsored by Wells Asphalt Paving.
Hi, I'm Tim O'Brien, owner of the Healthy Place Apple Wellness, and boy, has this been a rough season. We are here for you. We're open. Our wellness consultants are trained in the top immune, lung, and inflammation supplements that are important right now. We have live chat on our website and same-day delivery for our Dane County residents, so you do not need to leave the house. We support you. Stop by one of our 4 Madison-based locations or check us out online at findyourhealthyplace.com.
You would never think pilots would be
like a meeting yesterday.
But
My brother had a union meeting.
Yeah. I'm surprised
I bet your dad was in on that, right?
that the airline industry hasn't
What did he tell
done
you?
more
Did he tell you
sweeping
anything after it?
adjustments.
Well, they shouldn't have
He's
to.
all right.
This is all.
Yeah, how many years does he have?
From the New York Times. So
An individual, regardless of your sleep position. I also wanted a pillow that would last, so I made my pillow machine washable and dryable. I back my pillow with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Not only that, I do all my own manufacturing in my home state of Minnesota.
I really like the fact that it was made in the USA. I think that USA products are a better quality product. I've tried a lot of other pillows, and nothing's worked like my pillow.
I'm interrupting this commercial right now to give you deep discounts, not just on my pillows, but also my mattress toppers, sheets, and so much more. For example, you can get body pillows regularly $89.99, now only $29.99, or My Pillow dog beds for as low as $19.99 with your promo code.
I used to think that sheets were just sheets. I got the Giza Dream sheets. They are the most comfortable sheets I've ever had.
The Go Anywhere pillow is so easy to just roll up and take anywhere I want to go.
Go Anywhere pillow is really comfortable, so that's what I really like. It's nice and supportive, and it's nice and small.
The My Pillow topper, for the first time, has enabled me to have a cool night's sleep. I'm able to go to bed and just get rest.
That's 3 inches of wonderful that's in the My Pillow mattress topper. It's just like a firm cloud.
My Pillow helps me get a good night's sleep so I can do my job in the morning.
Go to MyPillow.com to get deep discounts, not just on My Pillows, but so much more. For example, you get body pillows regularly $89.99, now only $29.99, or My Pillow dog beds for as low as $19.99 with your promo code.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Check out Steinhaffel's virtual shopping experience. We provide you with a 360-degree view of our most popular products, so spin all of the furniture you want. Plus, browse through our product videos to see and learn more about our best sellers. We also have sale associates ready to help through phone, email, or our online chat feature. And get your online order shipped free to your curb, driveway, or garage. Shop online with confidence at steinhaffels.com.
Welcome back at 624. We are unrolling the submissions from our final Safe at Home challenge this morning.
Yep, we asked you to send us your biggest accomplishment during quarantine. We cast a wide net here, and you folks certainly stepped up.
That's right. Here is one of our runners-up this morning. They made this entire quilt as a graduation present for their niece.
Wow.
Impressive.
Do you know how long it takes to make a quilt?
I have no idea.
Incredible.
No idea. This seems impressive, though.
We're impressed, folks. All right, another runner-up this morning. Spent the past few weeks learning to ride
I love it.
a unicycle.
That is impressive.
Wow.
And here's the winner. These folks built a whole deck. That looks great.
Okay, that is stunning.
Have you guys done anything or learned anything or picked up a new hobby or
I told
projects?
you earlier I was trying to reteach myself guitar, bought the book off Amazon, broke out the guitars.
How long did that
out
last?
of tune, an hour. Collecting dust
This is what
in
A
the
for
living
effort.
room.
Hey, my kids are all still living.
I've made it through 7 seasons of Grey's Anatomy, so there's that.
Oh, we're killing it here.
Yeah.
I got dinner on the table every night. That's
Yeah, I know. Hattie and I
There
are
you
just trying to survive the day.
Staying alive.
With the kiddos, you know.
Well, hey, congrats to today's winner. We're going to be sending you a gift card to a local business.
All right, well, this morning we start with a dense fog advisory for most of southern Wisconsin. There's your visibility. It's actually getting worse in some spots. Watertown and Platteville now down to 0 visibility. Pretty close to that here in Madison. Here's our pet walk forecast for today. This is Rena. Sure glad Rena got the green memo. The couch matches all of our outfits today. Love it.
Digging that couch.
71 degrees with some sunshine later on. So a nice day to find a warm spot and curl up and take a nap for that cat. Our forecast calls for some rain to move in, but not until later on Saturday. So you should be able to get most of the day with dry weather. Once the rain starts, though, it's going to be kind of wet then right even into Sunday. So get all your outside chores done on Saturday.
Sounds good, Hattie. Look at the fog. Man. We'll be right back. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family cool this summer,
let me show you how this works.
it takes Bryant.
Bryant. Whatever it takes.
Call ASAP Heating and Cooling, serving the Spring Green area.
Call and ask about a free estimate from Cardinal Heating Sun Prairie.
Social distancing and family quarantines are a jarring reality for kids. It's a big adjustment, so it's important that we adults do what we can to help them navigate this new normal. Encourage your kids to ask questions and give them honest, age-appropriate answers. Show them things that they can do to regain some control. And above all, reassure them that their safety is your top priority.
Now more than ever, SSM Health and News 3 Now encourage you to take time for kids.
For almost 50 years, we've built trust within our communities by making customer delight our top priority. That trust allows us to improve lives one home at a time. During this challenging time, we want to make sure your needs are being met without stress by offering 2-for-1 windows with no interest and no payments for 1 year. So go ahead, visit us online, or call now from the comfort of home.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feltco. We've got the power.
It's deer season at the Power Centers of Madison. John Deere compact utility tractors have the power and versatility to tackle the biggest jobs on your list. Multiple attachments are available, extremely easy to operate, control, and finesse. Make home and garden work fun with John Deere mowers. Mow, mulch, and haul your way to a beautiful yard. Get your John Deere now at the Power Centers of Madison.
We've got the power.
We're back.
We got our to-go food.
Oh, can't dine in? Then get it to go and support our restaurants during Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week to Go. 2 weeks of fabulous to-go menus you'll love. Visit madisonmagazine.com for details and menus. Restaurant Week to Go, presented by Kesnick's. Food service design, equipment, and supplies.
I guess there is still cleanup to do.
Right now, new sound just into the newsroom this morning after Governor Evers' late-night interview about dangers posed to Wisconsinites.
And we have dense fog this morning across southern Wisconsin. I'll tell you when it's going to burn off in just a few minutes.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
We're doing things slow, deliberately, thoughtfully. The day after that, the Supreme Court says, well, we don't care about facts, we don't care about the law, we don't care about precedent. We're going with the Republican legislature. Now we have, it is Katie bar the door.
That is brand new sound from the governor this morning. He was on Chris Cuomo's show on CNN overnight to speak about the risks posed to Wisconsinites. Now, this all comes less than 2 days after the state Supreme Court overturned his statewide rule. Thanks for joining us on this Friday, May 15th. Because of that ruling, more counties are enforcing safer-at-home orders this morning. Take a look at our viewing area. Dane, Rock, Greene, and Marquette counties all have their own orders. You can see several counties in the southeast and northeast part of the state have their own orders as well. Now, today we're hoping to see a daily drop in the percentage of positive cases in Wisconsin after seeing a recent rise. The latest data from the DHS shows 6% of those cases came back positive. And on a positive note, the state is still seeing a downward trend in the positive tests over the past 2 weeks. There are now more than 11,400 confirmed cases across the state. 53% have recovered.
A lot of you have been asking us about the legality of these local orders. So here's what we know. State and local governments have maintained that local public health officials do have the legal authority to put orders into place to help contain the virus. But a UW law professor says the DHS had that authority as well. With that successfully challenged in the Supreme Court, it's hard to say right now what could happen if local orders are challenged the same way.
And so we could get the same kind of legal dispute arising as to city and county orders. And so the Supreme Court's decision imposes a layer of uncertainty on top of the entire situation.
And there's also this, a lot of national outcry and concern from videos of bars and restaurants reopening with seemingly no enforcement of protective measures. The Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation wants bars and restaurants in counties without safer-at-home ordinances to still follow its reopening guidelines. These guidelines were built over the last few weeks and centered around the Badger Bounce Back Plan. But Secretary Missy Hughes says the principles like social distancing and proper sanitation still apply. She says while it might seem tempting for bars and restaurants to draw crowds, it could be costly in the long run.
It's frustrating because we do really want it to be done safely. For me, from the perspective of the Wisconsin economy, I'm very concerned about second, third, fourth waves of the virus.
Hughes says the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation is willing to work with restaurants or other businesses who have questions about safely reopening.
A lot of folks are now facing the decision of returning to work or losing unemployment benefits if they don't. The Wisconsin Department of Workforce Development says turning down an employment opportunity causes an eligibility issue for those benefits. In some cases, it's considered good cause, which in the past has included things like medical issues, but those are determined on a case-by-case basis. For folks who wouldn't be able to return because of a lack of childcare, the DWD suggests filing for federal pandemic unemployment assistance instead. Speaking of childcare, the state is directing daycares to limit their capacity to no more than 50 kids and 10 staff members. Learning Tree and Playland Childcare in Stoughton is one of the centers that's open right now. The center's owner says they're taking a lot of health and safety precautions.
We changed our policies, procedures. As far as sicknesses go, we're taking temps every 2 hours for the kids and the staff. We're not using our cafeteria. We're not using like common space areas. Kids are having to wash their hands more periodically throughout the day.
Owner Laura Vinny says most parents are excited to have the daycare center back open, but a few parents did have concerns. For now, they're holding spots for kids who were enrolled before the pandemic until those parents feel comfortable sending them back.
New information into the newsroom this morning. The CDC is sharing 6 decision trees to help daycares, businesses, communities, schools, and mass transit systems decide whether it's safe to reopen. The one-page decision trees are a lot shorter than what was expected to be released. A 68-page guideline from the CDC were shelved by the Trump administration last week, but still haven't been made public. This is what some of that decision trees look like. They still don't give detailed advice on when it would be safe to reopen. It only provides questions to ask before making decisions.
Starting today, folks in Rock County can get tested for free for the coronavirus. The city is going to have 2 drive-through sites in Beloit, at Telfer and Krieger Parks. If you have symptoms or you have been exposed to someone with the virus, you'll get priority. Testing is available from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. until May 22nd. Here in Madison, free testing will start back up at 8 o'clock this morning at the Alliant Energy Center. This week, the National Guard helped administer 1,600 tests so far. Anyone can get tested Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
6:35, we're blowing that foghorn hard this morning because you can't really see anything out there. What in the world?
No, you can't see anything from our sky camera shot. Here's the view for proof. We definitely have some fog in the area this morning. Dense fog advisory is in effect for most of our viewing area. Juneau and Adams counties are excluded, and this goes until 9 o'clock. Here's a look at current visibility readings right around 0, all the way from southwestern Wisconsin into the Juneau and Dodge County areas. Note, though, that there is a definite increase in conditions between the Dells and Camp Douglas. Visibility improves from 0 to 10 miles. Now, here's a look at your future track visibility map. As we put this map into motion, by 9 o'clock this morning, you can see that we're going to see a drastic improvement north and west of Madison. Things starting to improve in Madison as well, but still pretty bad in the Janesville area. By 10 o'clock, though, the fog really lifting for all of our regions. So that is good news. It's not going to last too long today. The rain has already come to an end, and we're still looking at dry conditions for the rest of the afternoon. Where is that clearing line as far as the clouds are concerned? Exists through northern Wisconsin, right around La Crosse, down to Des Moines, and then back up to Rhinelander. That's the back edge of the clouds this morning. Those clouds will steadily work their way east as well. So even though we're under cloudy skies and fog right now, we are going to see lots of sunshine for the afternoon. Temperatures are off to a pretty mild start, right around 50, if not a little bit warmer in many spots this morning. Here's your future track forecast model, and again, this is plotting cloud cover, not fog. So as we put this map into motion, you see by 8 o'clock, still cloudy skies here in Madison, but things do improve. By lunchtime, we're all looking at clear skies. Enjoy that sunshine this afternoon with highs in the lower 70s. Winds should be from the northwest, but they're not going to be terribly strong today. Should be a beautiful evening as well. Temperatures dropping back into the low 60s by 9 p.m. Our overnight lows will be in the 40s. Here's a look at your extended forecast. If you want to do something outside this weekend, I would choose Saturday over Sunday. The rain chances should hold off until real late in the day on Saturday. Sunday looks pretty wet with highs near 60 degrees. Plenty of dry weather, though, settling in next week. A very quiet weather pattern through much of the week with a warming trend as well.
Looking forward to getting that bike back out of the garage. All right, Hattie, thank you. Developing right now, a 15-year-old is facing tentative charges this morning in the homicide of a 17-year-old Fitchburg boy. Family members found Shay Watson dead inside their home on Lyman Lane right off of Fitch Hatchery Road back in August. Police say the suspect and Watson knew each other. The two had arranged a meeting, which police say ended in the 15-year-old suspect shooting Watson. Because of his age, police and News 3 Now are not releasing his name at this time. He's facing tentative charges of first-degree intentional homicide and armed robbery.
638 new this morning. There is a sticking point on Capitol Hill over the new $3 trillion coronavirus relief package. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell doesn't want stimulus payments to go to immigrants who were left out of the initial wave. While on the Senate floor, McConnell said that would benefit people in the U.S., quote, illegally. 2 weeks ago, a U.S. citizen living in Illinois sued President Trump over this issue. Currently, only married couples where both spouses have valid Social Security numbers would get the payments.
6:38 now. The Dane County Farmers Market, like many of us, is getting creative to keep running during the pandemic.
So they're 2 weeks into their new way of doing things now, and this new local food pickup program is already expanding. Christina Laurie here to tell us more about that. Hey, Christina.
Good morning, Chris and Leon. Any given Saturday this time of year, you typically find 150 to 170 vendors lining the Capitol Square, and you'd smell that fresh Stella's spicy cheese bread wafting in the air. This year, you'll find them online, and you'll have to make do with the stuff that I found in my freezer. The Dane County Farmers Market's new pickup program is an adjustment for all of us and them, so I reached out to market manager Sarah Elliott for 3 pieces of advice. First, get your orders in early. Dane County opens its online marketplace on Mondays and often has to close it before noon on Tuesdays because of an abundance of orders. Be patient. Elliott suggests that if you aren't able to place an order for Wednesday, try again for Saturday. 2, ask a friend for their order. The new market system is limited to a certain number of vehicles, but not orders. If you have a friend who also loves the market, Elliott suggests you offer to pick up their food too. And 3, leave yourself some time. Remember that it takes about 45 minutes to walk all the way around the packed Capitol Square during the normal outdoor market, so it will also take a little bit of time to drive through this new pickup as well. Elliott recommends putting on your favorite podcast to help pass the time. One other change from the usual market, there is a 5% fee you'll notice to pick up your food. That's $5 on a $100 order. Elliott says you should consider that charge similar to the cost of having your groceries ready for curbside pickup. This fee supports the use of the new online platform called What's Good, and the market doesn't actually receive any of that money. So what has to be done in order for the market to move back to the square? Elliott says the state of Wisconsin needs to reinstate their permit. Then market managers would continue to work closely with public health officials to create a system that's safe for both customers and vendors. It's certainly a learning process for all of us, and I know I'm not the only one who wants my hot spicy cheese bread to be back and fresh.
All right, Christina, I know that looks really good. I'm super hungry this morning. Thank you. Take a look at this morning. A drunk driver in Janesville crashing through the police station's closed garage door, all caught on video. Watch this. Officers say 47-year-old Jeffrey Wood was drunk and left his home during a domestic incident. Wood told police he intentionally drove through the door because of the problems he was having with the Janesville Police Department, Rock County court system, and OSHA. He could face several charges after that. 6:41 right now. We are waking up to that dense fog that we've been tracking all morning. As far as the road conditions, though, we haven't seen too many issues out there. Just make sure you do turn those headlights on and those fog lights on as you head out the door, just for your safety and so other cars can see you as you head out this morning. Again, across Madison and Dane County, no real problems to talk about. A few more delays popping up near downtown. Rock County, much of the same. No crashes to report this morning. Live look outside, just about 6:42 on a Friday morning. We made it to the end of the week, and I promise you it's dreary right now, but we do have a beautiful start to the weekend on the way. Hattie's gonna have more details on that coming up.
All right, you might remember our friend Chuck, the dancing World War II vet. He's going to be on a national stage later today. Well deserved. We're going to tell you when and how to watch him. That's next.
It's time to freshen up around your yard. This year, don't struggle with bulky bags of mulch. Call JR.
JR's mulch sales, spread it around.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I?
Wow, is that really me?
Hi, I'm Annette, and I'm an actress. Under eye bags and wrinkles are so frustrating. They're so hard to hide and so hard to get rid of. I came across Plexiderm, and I was so excited. We have a model. His name is Richie, and all he's doing is taking a small amount. It's so powerful. That's all it takes. And what I love about Plexiderm is this is something that you can do in the convenience of your own home. It literally creates an invisible layer that tightens the skin and smooths it out. All you do is gently rub it underneath your eyes, on your fine lines and wrinkles, and it visibly disappears in as little as 10 minutes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
I can't even believe that this worked. I was a little skeptical, I am not going to lie, because I saw people online with it. I'm like, yeah, right, that can't possibly work. I'm telling you, it really works.
I thought I might see a little difference, but to see that big of a difference, and you know, I felt something happening, but I had no idea. Like, I have so many dark circles, I have the puffiness, I have the lines. Like, it's amazing. I love it.
I did this to my father at home because I was skeptical. Yes, I admit it. 4 minutes, 34 seconds. The appearance of his under eye bag was completely gone. We were screaming. You have an event, you have any of those moments where you want to feel the best about yourself. I'm telling you, the videos that you see on social media and TV are real.
Take action with the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. This Mother's Day, get up to 50% off the normal retail price, plus get free shipping. Visit Plexiderm.com or call the number on your screen.
Even though our doors are closed, we're always open at AshleyHomeStore.com. Shop online for up to 75% off, plus free shipping and no interest financing. Ashley Home Store. This is home. Download the Channel 3000 app today.
Trust us to get it right.
To keep you prepared.
When severe weather is on the way
And your family's safety is on the line.
our team and technology are ready to help you stay safe.
Trust the First Warn Weather Team on News 3 Now.
It's the first ever Coaches vs. Cancer Wisconsin virtual gala, Wednesday, May 20th at 7 p.m. An auction, an inspiring program, all from the comfort and safety of home. Register now at coachesversuscancerwisconsin.org.
Welcome back at 6:45. New this half hour, we have a very exciting update to a story we first brought you last month. You remember Chuck Fransky, the 97-year-old dancing World War II Navy pilot from Waukesha. This video was posted on the Stars and Stripes Honor Flight Twitter account in April, and it almost immediately went viral. Well, Justin Timberlake, who sings the song he's dancing to, even saw it.
Doesn't this just make your day?
I love it.
I could watch this forever.
Go,
All right.
man.
Well, now Chuck's dance moves will be shown on an even bigger stage. According to the Journal Sentinel, the veterans video will be included on a new CBS show premiering tonight. It's called The Greatest #Stay-at-Home Videos.
This has to be a contender.
I certainly
This
think
is
it is.
Excellent. Very cool. So the show is hosted by Cedric the Entertainer, and it'll feature some of the best videos made during the pandemic. They'll primarily be homemade, but there will be some celebrity appearances in the mix too. It airs tomorrow at 7 p.m. right here on CBS.
I love that.
I don't know if there's some sort of voting component in there.
Wait, it's tonight? I think I might have gotten that wrong. Is it tonight or tomorrow?
Tomorrow night.
It's tonight. Tonight at 7.
Oh, tonight at 7.
CBS, set your DVRs.
Do it.
That's right. Well, we have dense fog this morning, but some encouraging views in Platteville this morning. Take a look behind me. This is the Queen Bee Radio Skycam. We can definitely see more than we did a half an hour ago there, so the fog may be starting to lift just a little bit. Still says visibility is 0 at the reporting station in Platteville. 3/4 mile visibility, though, here in Madison. Dense fog advisory continues until 9 o'clock this morning. Here's a look at our temperatures over the next 12 hours. We're going to hit highs in the low 70s later on this afternoon. Plenty of sunshine. Once that fog clears, skies will clear as well, so mostly sunny skies for the afternoon.
Thank you. And before we head to break, as we prepare for the morning sprint, we want to take a moment to thank our first responders this morning. Today, we're giving a shout out to Casey Waters and her coworkers at the UW Health Emergency Room. Thank you all for all that you're doing.
I'm wondering why they're all touching. Like, I don't want to. Like, is she pregnant? That's what I want to know.
I think girls
like,
are allowed to say it.
her?
I think she is pregnant.
I can't say it, sorry.
Congrats to that young
Did
woman.
I just cross the line?
I don't know. You're fine. We'll allow it.
Congratulations, if you are. Coming up in the morning sprint, the county with the most coronavirus cases in the U.S. It's only a couple hours away. Think about that. We'll tell you where that is coming up.
But first, it's Friday, May 15th. We want to say happy birthday to Toby and all the kids turning 3 today. Thanks for celebrating with us here on News 3 Now this morning.
Get the facts with Reality Check, only on News 3 Now.
To most people, the idea of fighting is unpleasant. But sometimes to make things right, it's necessary to fight. Some things are worth fighting for. If you or your family has been injured, you'll want a good law firm on your side to make things right again. Since 1930, Habish, Habish & Rotier has recovered more million-dollar results for our clients than any other law firm in Wisconsin. Habish, Habish & Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Carrier
asks, what does comfort mean to you? A cool breeze on a scorching day, a cozy corner on a cold night, or knowing every room of the house is as inviting as the next. Comfort means more than just the temperature, and the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable, like cool cash rebates of up to $1,650. Carrier, turn to the experts.
For all your heating and cooling needs, call us at Modern Heating and Cooling.
Or Bethke Heating and Air Conditioning in Verona.
In this challenging time, Wisconsin's dairy farmers remain committed to your well-being.
We're still in the barns every day, producing real, nutritious milk for your table, and products like cheese, yogurt, butter, ice cream, and more.
We're all in this together, and our passion for feeding Wisconsin's communities is stronger than ever.
We asked real customers what they really love about Spectrum Internet and TV.
Spectrum Internet has the fastest speeds for everything I do.
There is no turning wheel. It's immediate.
Spectrum's the fastest. Bam.
Get the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance with Spectrum Internet, delivering starting speeds of 200 megabits. That's more than enough for all your devices for $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
I can't get over how much on-demand Spectrum has. I can literally watch a new movie every night.
I got all my shows, and he's got all his shows.
With the Spectrum TV app, I can watch live TV anywhere. It's perfect.
Add Spectrum TV and enjoy more free HD and more free on demand. Plus, use the Spectrum TV app to watch live TV on the go. All from $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
The fact that they don't have contracts, that says a lot about their service.
Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. Install Spectrum services yourself. Get a self-installation kit shipped right to your home. Call 833-906-4499.
The world may be shut down, but Mother Nature won't wait. Normal wear and tear on your home won't wait either. So if you need a home improvement, we're here to help. With exclusive offers to save you money on roofing, siding, windows, gutters, and design services, all with zero down, 0% interest, and no monthly payments for 6 months. Plus free virtual consultations from the comfort and safety of your own home. Visit fryconstruction.com for exclusive money-saving offers and contact us today.
Download the Channel 3000 First Warn Weather app today.
6:51 right now, and time for the morning sprint.
We start this morning with new sound from Governor Evers just into the newsroom. Take a listen.
We are what we are. We're the Wild West, and it's a frightening place to be.
That's the governor on Chris Cuomo's show overnight on CNN to speak about the risks posed to Wisconsinites. This all comes less than 2 days after the state Supreme Court overturned his statewide rule. More counties enforcing orders of their own this morning because of that decision. Take a look here. Dane, Rock, Greene, and Marquette counties in our area all have their own orders. You can also see several counties in the southeast and northeast portions of the state have their own orders. There are now more than 11,400 cases across the state.
A lot of you have been asking us about the legality of these local orders. Here's what we know. State and local governments have maintained that local public health officials have the legal right to put orders into place to help contain the virus. But a UW law professor says the DHS had that authority as well. With that successfully challenged in the Supreme Court, it's hard to say right now what could happen if local orders are challenged similarly.
It's frustrating because we do really want it to be done safely.
The Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation wants bars and restaurants in counties without safe-at-home orders to still follow its reopening guidelines. Those recommendations stem from the statewide Badger Bounce Back Plan. Secretary Missy Hughes says they include principles like social distancing and proper sanitation. She says while it might seem tempting for places to draw crowds, it could be more costly in the long run.
The CDC is sharing 6 decision trees to help daycares, businesses, communities, schools, and mass transit systems decide whether it's safe to reopen. This is what some of them look like. They don't give detailed advice on when it'd be safe to reopen. It only provides questions to ask before making decisions.
Several parts of New York are now partially back open, even though Governor Andrew Cuomo is extending that state's stay-at-home order until June 13th. That's because those regions have already met the criteria laid out in his order to reopen. Those areas include Rochester, the Adirondack Mountain region, and central New York. This comes as 10 kids statewide are fighting a mysterious illness believed to be related to COVID-19.
Cook County, Illinois, home to Chicago, now has the most coronavirus cases in the country. With more than 58,000 cases in the county, the Chicago Sun-Times reports they've surpassed Queens, New York. The county does have a lower rate of cases per capita than Queens, though. The statewide total there is now at nearly 88,000 cases.
This is a distraction.
The chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee is stepping down today as the FBI investigates stock trades he made after private coronavirus briefings. Senator Richard Burr has been criticized for selling up to $1.7 million in stocks in February. He says he didn't do anything wrong and made the trades based solely on public information.
Right now, a 15-year-old is facing tentative charges in the homicide of a 17-year-old Fitchburg boy. Family members found Shay Watson dead inside their home on Lyman Lane right off of Fish Hatchery Road back in August. Police say the suspect and Watson knew each other. The two had arranged a meeting, which police say ended in the 15-year-old suspect shooting Watson.
Starting today, folks in Rock County can get tested for COVID-19 for free. The city of Beloit will have 2 drive-through sites at Telfer and Krieger Parks. If you have symptoms or have been exposed to someone with the virus, you'll get priority. Testing is available from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. until May 22nd.
And in Madison, free testing will start back up at 8 o'clock this morning at the Alliant Energy Center. This week, the National Guard has already administered more than 1,600 tests. Anyone can get tested Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Breaking news just into the newsroom moments ago. A 6.4 magnitude earthquake is being reported in Nevada this morning. It happened about 225 miles north of Las Vegas near the California border. We're working to learn more details, and we'll be tracking this throughout the morning.
The Dane County Farmers Market is traded in the Capitol Square for your computer screen. If you've been meaning to try out the new online ordering system, we're sharing some tips this morning on how to best navigate that process. Market manager Sarah Elliott encourages customers to get in their orders early. There are 2 pickup days, Wednesdays and Saturdays, and customers must place their orders at least a day in advance. Orders are picked up at the Alliant Energy Center's Willow Island, which limits the number of cars. Elliott suggests going in with a friend or 2 and picking up their orders to reduce congestion. Participating vendors are offering everything from fresh vegetables and hyper-local meats to farm fresh eggs and bakery items. If you're only in the market for items from one vendor, you can find out how to connect with them directly on our website, channel3000.com.
Quick look at traffic this morning. If you're heading out, no crashes to report. A couple of delays popping up on Park Street, but other than that, other than the fog, you shouldn't have any issues this morning. That's your first warn traffic.
And Josh is right. Fog is a big issue this morning across southern Wisconsin. That dense fog advisory continues for all those counties shaded in gray until 9 o'clock. Here's a look at visibility. Still 0 from Platteville up to the Dells. Visibility has improved a little bit here in Madison. North and west, though, things are already starting to clear out. Our temperatures will climb to highs in the low 70s today with sunshine through the afternoon.
Addie, thank you. Thanks for joining us, folks. Have a good weekend.